Good evening. Welcome to my second ever Gamedev stream. Yesterday was the first stream I did, and it lasted about an hour, and I worked a little bit on the roadmap I have for Gridle. This roadmap is pretty much an extension that I add on top of the game from the initial web release that I did. So this game you can play on Crazy Games on the web for free, and then, as you can see, I plan on releasing this on Steam as a full game. Hello, unfamiliar stranger. Hello, Abbe. How you doing? Alright, so when I left off yesterday, we just started working on applying the actual party orbs. These will be items that you can obtain later in the game, and you'll be able to use them to permanently upgrade a class in your party. Once you have upgraded a class at least once, then you'll also unlock a mini game for that class. If you ever played Cookie Clicker, it's going to be kind of similar to Sugar Lumps. Right, so I think I was starting to work on these two scripts. The one that handles the actual panel that gets created, and then the slot as well. So I just gotta refresh my memory. We started by... You can't see image or video? I'm not sure why that is. Are you on Twitch? That's weird. It works fine on YouTube. That's weird. Yeah, I see what the issue is. There's a bitrate problem. I'm streaming at too high bitrate. Let me see if I can fix that mid-stream. Hopefully. Yes, should be possible. I just gotta look up the Twitch bitrate limits. 6,000. I'm streaming at twice that much, which is probably why it's not working. There we go. That's odd. That means I may need to restart the stream real quick to get it to work on Twitch. Yeah, so just bear with me. Alright, there we are. Terribly sorry about that. There was a bitrate limit problem when I streamed to Twitch. Anyways, welcome to... now it works. Yeah, perfect. Welcome to my second stream once again. I'm going to keep working on the party orbs this stream. These are items that you can unlock over time while you play Gridle, and you use them to permanently upgrade a class in your party. They're going to work similar to Sugar Lumps in Cookie Clicker, if you've ever played that. And once you have unlocked or upgraded a class, you'll also unlock a minigame for that class. Last stream yesterday, I started coding this panel. This is the panel that's going to actually pop up when you try to upgrade a class. So it's going to display all the classes. You'll be able to choose one, and then the upgrade will be actually applied to it. Right. So the code I started doing is the one that actually creates the slots. So that's done. And then we have the actual display logic sort of implemented. It's only, right now we're only setting the label up here. We're also going to need an icon for the class, as well as a way to see the current level that we have on that class. If I'm lucky, I do have an icon on the class scriptable object. Yes, I do. That is perfect. So then we should be able to just set the icon directly. Icon. Oh. Cannot. Oh, of course. Once again, I was setting the component, the actual component. And of course, this component has several fields, and it is the sprite field that we must set. Perfect. I think I'll leave the level for now. I don't think I'll touch that currently because I have no code that actually applies the levels and possibility to check them, nothing that saves them, none of that. So I think for now we'll just leave it as is. If I'm lucky though, the code for actually displaying the classes should be fine now. Let's see here, party orb assign panel. So we of course gotta attach the script. Party orb panel. We need to reference the holder transform, and that would be this this holder thingy. So we'll just reference that. Right, and then we need a prefab, which is going to be this slot. A prefab is basically sort of a schematic that you save once, and then you can create several objects of the exact same type. So we'll start by attaching the party orb slot to it, and then of course we gotta reference all the fields. So we have class name, that will be the label, class level, that will be our level text, and the class icon, that will be, this should be renamed to icon, I think. There. And then to create a prefab out of objects, it's really easy. You just drag them into the project window, like so. Now we have a prefab of this slot, and we should be able to reference it now in here. Party orb class slot. Yes, that should be fine. So I think now if we actually boot up the game and enable that panel, it should display properly. I'll just start with turning down the volume immediately, because I notice it's way too loud. Sound like that maybe. Still a bit too loud. Oh, it didn't get changed, it seems. There's some other default value that's overriding it, I guess. Anyways, we turn on this panel, and yes, now we have all the classes. Knight, Archer, Mage, Miner. These are not, or they are clickable, but nothing happens, obviously. because we don't have any logic for that implemented yet. So I guess that's the next step we should do. Right. Now the question is where should we actually store this? There's a lot of... I guess either the party orb class itself, the ones that currently handles the regeneration and the harvesting of party orbs. I guess either that class, or we could create a new one entirely that handles just the actual applied party orbs. If that makes sense. Let me see. Where do I have that? Under event? No. It would be under stats, I guess. No, currencies. Party orb here. Right, because it's a currency class. I think it makes more sense to have a separate class, because the way I have it structured now, these are just pure currencies that you can spend. None of the actual spending logic, except I guess remove, is present in the currencies, and it shouldn't be either. Same with the rebirth points, for example. Those don't actually have any rebirthing logic or purchasing of knowledge or anything like that. It's just a pure currency. So I think we should make a separate class. I guess under no, not stats, my bad. Character classes, these are just pure. It's a bit weird how I structured all of these. I'll just put it in the scripts, global scripts folder for now. And the question is, what should we name it? Class upgrades doesn't make sense because you can actually upgrade them separately with money. I guess orb boosts. Or we just save it in the class boost, yeah. Probably something like that. I know I have separate class, like programming classes for each of the party classes. Like the stats, mage stats, knights. But I don't think these have any saving logic. No, they don't. These are just during runtime we actually check this. This is the saving is actually done by like upgrades and whatnot. So yeah, I think class boost. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'll probably do that. Class boosts. Something like that. Right. So we want to store this as a, I guess, a list. Because I want to be able to rescale it at the start based on how many classes there actually are in the game. Start with the awake method. So this will do initialize. Let's start by inheriting or implementing the data persistence interface. This is an interface that basically any class that handles saving and loading in the game has to inherit this one, and it'll automatically be called during saving and loading. So I'll do this, implement the load, implement the save, and the rebirth. I made it so the data persistence object, they have to actually implement the rebirth method, but obviously not everything gets reset when you rebirth. So this is the same way I did it in Eternamine. Obviously not everything gets reset, but you'll just leave it blank then. Right. Guess I'll do an initialize method that we call in awake. It's basically the same as just writing it in awake, but I usually prefer to have a separate method for initializations. So we start by, I guess, just as a safety precaution, I'll clear the list. And then we want a reference to all the party classes in the game. I think we fetch that from party manager. Instance, get party classes, right? And then we just, for each party class that we had, we'll add 0 to the boost. So this will just keep track of all the actual party boosts that we have applied to each individual class. Of course, I could make it like a dictionary, like this. Maybe that would be cleaner, but I usually prefer to keep stuff in a list like this, and then just have the index be the thing that references it. Because obviously I don't, although the order of the way I store the classes in my party manager might change. I think I should have some sort of ID. No, I don't, but that's easy to add. Like the internal IDs, obviously, will never change. Right. So we have, this is filled with the boost now. Obviously we want some sort of method for adding to the boost, I guess. A boost class. We'll pass the party class. And I guess, yeah, this is when you would rather want a dictionary. Yeah, I think that's better, actually. Even though I just said I prefer to do it that way, but yeah, this is much better. We keep it like this. Party class. Then we gotta do, I think it's insert. No, it's still add. But it would be like this, I think. Yeah. Because then we can just reference the integer through the party class. And that would be, I think you need, this is, yeah, dictionaries are kind of ugly. Because I think you need to do, what did we call it? Boost. Boost dot try get value. Party class. Something like that. And then we need to actually check. No, we don't, because if I do this, then it'll be 0, and if there's no actual value, but there always should be a value, then it'll still be 0, and we'll just insert the value plus 1. Like that should probably work, I think. Right. And obviously we need to make sure that we actually have a party orb. If party orb instance has amount at least 1, then we want to do this. And after actually applying the boost, we want to remove 1 party orb. Right. So this should actually apply the boost now and store it internally. It won't actually boost anything, of course, because there's no code that does it. But it should, in theory, yeah, actually apply the boost and take the party orb. Right. Now we gotta call this, of course, from the party orb slot. When we click it, we have to call this function, the boost class. So for starters, I guess we need to store the party class internally. So the slot actually keeps track of which party class it's representing. For the class boost, I guess I'll just make this a singleton. A singleton, for those of you who don't know, it's a fairly simple design pattern where you let the object keep a static, or you let the class keep a static reference to the actual instance of the class. And by doing so, you make sure that there's only one instance of it, and it's a bit easier to actually call methods in the class from other classes. So we check if the current instance is non-existing, then the current instance will put this object. Otherwise, if there already is an instance, then we just destroy this object. And by doing so, I'll just be able to call it like this: class boosts dot instance boost class, and then we pass the actual class. So now it's clickable. It's going to actually apply the boost. It won't close this panel when you click it, which of course we want. We want to close it if there are 0 party orbs left, I guess, because if there's more, then you might wanna boost more classes. I'll think about that later. The best way to do it. Obviously, we could just have a reference to the panel inside the slot. Like we could just have it something like this. Set panel. We do it like this. This dot panel equals panel, and then we gotta store it as a private field on a panel. Like that, and then if party orb has amount. If we don't have 1 or more, then we just hide the panel. I guess we could just do this real quick. That should work. That did nothing. Very good. Oh, It's because I don't actually have the button event call anything. Yeah, on click on the button is not doing anything. Of course, that's not gonna work. Slot. Right, let's see. Got a null reference exception. Party orb slot. It's missing a reference. Oh right, class boost. That's a new class. I don't have it in the scene yet. Store that under player data. Class boost. There we go. Hopefully that'll do it. No, still not. Why is that? Instance. God, the music is too loud. Instance equal non-instance. Well, Are we? No. I'm not sure why that is. That's really weird. Not set to the instance or not. Yeah. Party orb. Oh, that's another. Let's ignore that for now. It's not. It's not setting the singleton instance, it seems. I'm not sure why. Mono behavior. Private void awake. Yeah. Maybe there's a runtime error before. Yeah, there is. Okay, so that's why. Oh, right. We're calling this in awake. Yeah. Right, since we're calling this in awake, this instance, the party manager, is not set yet. Right. I guess since I'll just reference the party manager then from here. Like that. That should work fine, I think. Yep, so now we have no error here and still some here. And has already been added, right? So we can't add. So we need to remove it, I guess. But is there no... Okay, let's see. Add clear equals get type, yada yada, remove. So there's no... like replace, no. And there's no insert. No. I guess some, maybe? No. Let me look it up real quick, because I really want to know. I guess I saw someone indexing it like this. I'm not sure if that works. Let's see. Because that's much cleaner than removing and then inserting it back. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Now it works. It's actually removing the body orb that we have. It didn't close the... Oh, right, because I have had more than one each time. So now that I have one left, and if I do it again, it should close the panel. Yeah, right, it did. I guess we'll harvest another one. Perfect. So now it's being... the timer works for your party orb. We can actually harvest it, and we can actually apply it to the classes, which is great. Currently, there's no way to open up the panel, I think. My thought was, yeah, like when the party orb is not harvestable, then once you click here, the panel would pop up. So I guess that's what we should do next. It will be under extra currency, party orb display. Let's see here. Here, right. So either we... Either we do that logic in here and claim more, but that, yeah, that would be, because this is a currency, and this will persist across scenes. Yeah, so we should not do any UI logic here. I think the best way to do it would to just have a reference to the panel here. Party orb panel. And then we just check if it is claimable. Do we not have a method? Can claim, okay. If we can claim the orb, then we call the claim function, obviously. And if we cannot, then we just enable the party orb panel. Now, of course, we could check and make sure that you can only open it if you have more than 0 party orbs in your inventory, but I think it's better to keep it always openable, because that way you'll be able to read about it and kind of understand what it does even before I'm getting any. Right. So now if we click, it gets claimed, and we click again and we open up the panel. Right. Perfect. And we can 1, 2, 3, and it's gone. Very good. So now, yeah, I guess that whole loop, or what you want to call it, is working fine. Now, of course, there's 2 problems still with this. First one is that we're not saving the boost currently across gameplay. And the boosts are not doing anything. Like they're not actually boosting the party classes, giving them any sort of perks. I think I'll start with the saving, because that's should be quickest and it'll be easier to test stuff. Start actually saving the boost. So since we're using a dictionary, we should be able to... Right, I have a serializable dictionary class. That is perfect. So we should be able to... Let's see, these are the stats. here we have some party orb stuff. I think I put it here. Now the question is, can I... Yeah, so this is the problem with me using this as making this a dictionary. If I want to be able to save this, I can't save it as a party with the party class as a key, because then like it needs to serialize the entire party class, and then what happens if I actually change this, because this is just a scriptable object. Huh. I think the easiest way would be, I mean, we have the label, but I might want to change that too at some point. So I think we'll just do an integer ID, and then we'll just save this as a... Don't even need to be a dictionary, could just be a list, I guess. What knowledge? Upgrade levels. Oh, I'm saving stuff as right. I do save names, I think, instead of IDs. Let's see here. Save name, yeah. Yeah, probably want to do that then. Keep it consistent. Save name. Where was I? There's too many files now. Here. Serializable dictionary of type string as a key and integer as the value. And then class boost, new serializable dictionary. Something like that. Perfect. So now we actually have the possibility to save it, and of course we want to implement the logic. So in the saving, what do we want to do? I guess I want to loop through party classes. Do I have... No, wait, I'll just loop through the boost, I guess. And then how do you do that? How do you loop through a dictionary? Is it... No. Key value. No. I have to look it up. C# loop. The dictionary. Oh wait, if I just do this, it'll iterate over the keys, right? Nope. Key value pair. Oh right, it's party class, it's not a string. Still no. Alright. Oh, it's... No, that feels wrong. I hate the variable keyword. And then apparently it's like this, yeah. Dot key and dot value, okay. I guess I'll have to use that. So then we want to check if game data class boost. What do we want to check? Contains key, I guess. Item dot key dot save name. If we have it, then we just I guess index with the name. Hold up, let me do this first. much better. Then we want to index it and just insert the item dot value. Otherwise, we need to add the actual value instead of just indexing. Like that, I guess. So that's saving implemented. Next would be loading. And now we can't, of course, we can't iterate over this dictionary because it's not... Or wait, it is, yeah. We do actually initialize this. Right, so we can do the same loop here. The save name. Yeah, it will still be that, right? Then we gotta check. We have to do it like this, I guess. I think this is it. We just check if we have the actual class in the saved dictionary in here, then we just get the value, I guess, and assign it to our local dictionary. Plus boost, try get value, out int boost. And then it'll just be no, sorry, not game data dot boost. Wait, did I just... Oh, I just edited the save data function. My bad. Yeah, alright. Here. We do game data plus boost. Try get value. Out in boost. And then we actually apply it to our local dictionary. Ah, but that... We're storing that as a party class again. Does it need to be... I mean, it really doesn't need to be a party class. We could just replace this with a string as well, and just store it as with the save name as the key. Yeah, I think that's the way I'll do it. So then we gotta do the save name. Why is this red item key? Oh, right, because now it's actually just a string. Save name. Like that. And then here you do save name, and same with this one. There. Now this should be saved, I think. And I guess the best way to test it would be to also implement the display logic for the slots here. Because as I mentioned a while ago, they do have a level text, but it doesn't do anything right now. a slot here. Now the question is, how do we want to go about doing this? Party or panel. This one I don't think I should touch. I think the best way would be Since each slot contains a reference to the party class that it's displaying, I guess the best way would be to just implement a get boost for an individual party class, like this. And then we do level equals 0, boost, try get value, party class, same name, level, and then we just return the level. Because then we'll be able to use the return value of this function inside of the party orb slot. The thing is, oh right, I was going to say I might need to subscribe to a function inside of here. I might need to make it so each slot subscribes to a function here. But since when we're clicking a slot, it'll only be that slot that changes, I guess. Like the level of other classes won't change. But you might get 0 party orbs, meaning you can't upgrade any other classes, meaning they should turn like red all this slot. But at the same time, we have the logic where if you have 0, like if you purchase and it turns to 0, the panel will close automatically. Yeah, so I think I'll skip doing a subscribable function for now. I'll just I guess I'll just do it in an else statement. I'm gonna start by doing this at least. We set the text of the class level to class boost, get boost, like that. So when we actually initially display the panel, and then we do, yeah, I think we might want to do this also in the on enable. This is a function that's called every time a game object gets re-enabled. So every time it's been hidden and it pops back up, then this will get called. Because I think we should do this too, because in case there's anything that changes the boost outside of this. I guess we could turn this into a function. Display level, in case there's anything else we want to do here. We'll call it display level for now, but probably something like update slot would be more appropriate. And this should, oh right, it should be in the else because we closed down the panel. Let's see here. See if I start back up. One party orb now. I click it. And there's a null reference exception, of course. There's several. An item with the same key has already been added. Okay, so where's that? In initialize. That's weird. Huh. Should not be. Are we initializing it several times? It should not. Party class the same. This shouldn't happen. Like, it shouldn't be added several times. Party class, same name. Huh. Save data, loading data, we're calling that, of course, but that's not. It's just checking if there is a key. Variable item in boost. Yeah. I'll just try restarting and see what we get first. Which errors. Oh. Selection was modified. What? Right, so it looks like the awake method and the load method seems like they're sort of racing each other, which is not good. I don't believe that should happen. I think I'm loading. Yeah, I load in the start method, so that should not happen. Also, why is this is unnecessary, right? That's really odd. Could it just be that I need to refresh my save file? If that's the problem, then that's a bit concerning. If stuff breaks whenever I update the saving logic. Let's see here. So I try removing my save file entirely. Okay. I get through the loading thingy. But it's still an error. There's still an item with the same key has already been added. Why? Are we calling initialize twice? Hopefully not. Oh. No, we call it once. And now it's stuck in the loading. Right. Initialize calls. It's only being called once at least. That's good. But are we? Huh. Oh. Reach party class in the party classes, right? We fetch the list. I guess I'll just debug log this. Party class Save name. Let's see what we get. If we get the same name twice, then obviously we should obviously get that, since it's complaining that we're adding it twice. Oh. Yeah. Of course we get the same name twice, because they're all blank. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, not mage, minor. Of course. Yeah. Alright. Now, okay, no errors. We can use this. And we have level 1. Perfect. Knight level 1. We get a ton of no reference exceptions. Why is that? Boost, try get value. Okay, I gotta fix that then. Boosts, try get value. That's weird. Why is that? Party class, that same name, out level. Why is that null? I guess I gotta check when we actually get there. And now we're stuck on loading again. Why? Collection was modified. What does that mean? Item in boosts. How is it being modified? I'm not modifying it in the loading, am I? Variable item in boosts. Oh, right, I am. That is so... That's so stupid. That's really annoying. No, you can't even change the actual value of it. But yeah, I guess since we're iterating the key and the value. Can we just iterate over the key? Maybe? What if we do this? Maybe that works? Nope. Okay. My hopes weren't too high that it would work, but maybe. Alright, so... how do we want to do this the best? Because this... When we start a new game, the dictionary is going to be empty, I think. Like this one will be empty. So we can't iterate through this dictionary, because, yeah, as I said, it'll be empty in new games. I mean, class boost here. I guess I don't really need to do the initialize. But do I? I mean, I could just do this once again. Either if I fetch the party classes again, or I'll make a dictionary copy. Maybe that's better. String int temp dictionary. equals new dictionary. So if I do it data class like this, temp dictionary, add save name and boost, and then outside of the loop we actually overwrite the boost to the temp dictionary. I guess that works. Yeah. And let's just make sure, yeah, it's being saved. And it's, okay, so it's when I actually click the slot that we get the error. Boost.target value. Could it be that we're... Oh wait, we might be calling party orb slot here. It might be that we're passing null as the party class when we actually question the level. This.party class. That shouldn't be it, no. Guess we could try get boost debug.log party class just to see what we're getting here. Because I can't think of anything else that would be null here. Oh, it's when we open it immediately. Party orb slot 49. Right. Class boost instance. Get boost. So the party class is... Oh, the first... Huh? We have one null value for some reason. Which is really weird. Party orb slot here. Right. It's because... I think the problem is since we're calling display level in the onEnable method, it actually calls this, like the slot calls this method before the panel has actually given it a party class. And that's why we get 4 null values first, and then we get once again with actual values. So I guess just a null check somewhere would be best. Maybe here. If the party class... I think you can just do it like this. You don't even have to check for null. Let's see. Yeah. Perfect. Level 3001, and then we reboot the game. And then we have 3001. Perfect. So now they're being saved. We're also displaying the levels. And the next step will be to actually boost the classes. I'm not sure how exactly they should get boosted. Like what the best way would be. I guess I guess we just keep the numeric value and use that as some sort of multiplier, maybe. Not sure if that would be balanced, if that would be underpowered. So basically you get right now my knight would be have a 3% boost. And that feels kind of low. Like this is something that takes minimum 16 hours to get a new one, like a new party orb. So that would be what? Like 10 levels in a week, or 10% boost after a week. But at the same time, they're permanent boosts. Like they don't reset when you rebirth. Otherwise, they could maybe like add a larger boost to one individual stat. Like for the knight, for example, each orb could maybe give you a 5% health boost, or like a regen boost. Since the knight is usually who you want to put in the front of your party. Yeah, I have to think about how to do that the best way. Not entirely sure. See here. Where is the cheat button here? Oh, we got a chest. Same time, perfect. Double XP. All right. Class boost. I guess we want to store these in the individual stats, I guess. Let's see where I have that. That would be under stats, probably, yeah. So we start with the knight. So here's all of the knight stats we have. Min damage, stack delay, yada yada. Then we have the skills. We have the individual knight knowledge. Right. And then we want... Question is if we even want... we even want to store that in here. Because then we're kind of storing the same thing twice. Like we're storing the boosts in here, but we're also storing them in the stats. The question is, are these... I want to see where I actually have these classes. Party, maybe? No. Let's see if I can find reference. Here, stats. Right, so if I just have... if I just add a reference to the classes in these scripts, then I could easily just fetch the boosts inside of the methods, or inside of the classes. That way I won't need to store them twice, I guess. I think I might want to start with adding sort of a parent class for all of these, because right now they don't just inherit from mono behavior, even though they have a lot of fields similar. Like archer and knight, for example, you have min damage, attack delay. All of these are shared between basically all of the classes. I mean, this could just be min damage, max damage, attack delay, just as well for the minor. So yeah, I think I'll start by doing that. Some like class stats. Or not class. Let's keep it consistent and call it party class. I think I'll just start by adding one field, which will be the actual party class. I can actually get into replacing these or moving these into the parent class eventually. But so then we want to inherit from the party class instead of mono behavior. We get mono behavior by extension. Mage stats, party class. Wait, party class stats. That could have turned out bad. Which one are we missing? Archer stats. There. And now they should all get a party class field in the inspector. Let's see. Yes, indeed, they do. Let's move this up just to keep it organized. Perfect. Right, so you get the knight, you get the archer, you get the mage, and you get the miner. There we go. So now we have a reference to each of the classes. And then all we gotta do is actually implement the boost logic, I guess. I think I'll just run to the bathroom real quick and then I'll come back in like 2 minutes and then we'll do the actual boost logic. Let me run this. Let me do some, I guess, idle grinding while I go. Right. Oh, got chest. Perfect. Right, so boosting logic is next. I think I'll go with the second idea I had, with each class getting a unique stat boosted. Because I really want the classes to obviously have different strengths. And if the party or boosts actually push those strengths further, then they'll be relevant further in the end game. Because this will obviously be sort of an end game upgrade that you do. So the question is, which boost do we want to do for each class? For the knight, it's fairly obvious for most of them. We either want to boost, I guess, the max health or the regen, or both. Now the question is, there's a lot of variables when it comes to the health. Like, these are not, let's see here, incoming damage mode. Max health, where are we using that? 14 locations. Set, increase, get. The thing is, this is also being used in the knight controller here. We have a bunch of callbacks. So we have set max health, that's stored in a character health class, right? And we're set max. There's lots of stuff going on here. What am I doing here? This was quite a while ago I wrote. Float diff. We check the difference between the new value we're trying to set and the current max health. And we take the max of that to 0, so we lower bound it to 0, basically. It can't get negative. We set the max health to the amount that we actually passed. But then we set the health... Oh, right! It's... of course. So basically what we're doing is... it looks a bit overcomplicated. Basically all we're doing is... if a character has max health 10, and maybe they're at 5 HP. If you increase the max health by 5, then the max health and the current health gets increased by the same amount. I guess. I think that's what we're doing. Yeah, it is, because we're getting the difference between, right? And then we're setting some health. This should be, yeah, this is ugly. I don't like this. This should be separated to function, I think. Should probably... Oh yeah, I'm doing it in so many places. This should just have a function called... Oh, and look, VS Code is doing the lovely reformatting. Stop. Okay. Public void. Set health, I guess. And then all I want this to do is just health equals amount, and then we do these lines. Like that. Because then we should be able to just pass this function everywhere, set health. So here, math min, we get that. Okay, yeah, of course. It's the same there. Yeah, I am really unsure why I haven't extracted this into a function before. Set health, display health bar. But why do we have a separate display health bar? And why have I not used that before? Okay. I think maybe I'll just use that then. Value. Display health bar. I think update health bar would be better. Unless we're actually... Question is, does the VS Code have any reformat? Yeah. Refactor. Can I not just rename the function? Rename symbol? Yeah. Update health bar. There. And then we call that here, and we call it in here, and there's a lot of repetitions that I had. There we go. Let's just make sure we're not doing this anywhere else. No, we're not. Perfect. Okay, where was I? I went into another rabbit hole there. Right, the night, the actual boots we were gonna do. Actually apply them. So we have max health. We have the on max health changed function that we subscribe to. And where do we call that? On max health changed. Set max health and increase max health. Okay. So obviously we need to if we want to apply the boosts, then we want to call on max health changed, I guess. Maybe I should just start with the archer first. Because that one's gonna be easier, because since we're always calling get damage each time they actually shoot, like there is an actual interval when they get called. So maybe this is a better start. I gotta close some of these tabs. This is horrible. And restart. Archer stats, and we had class boost. There. So now once we boost a class, oh right, we don't even need to, right, we don't store the boost in here. So all I would really need to do is it's actually just multiply it by the boost that gets damage. I think this is what we call get damage to actually get the the damage at each shot. See where we have the controllers. Hello? Here, RJ controller. Deal damage. No, we do not, of course. This is where we actually do all of the damage logic. Right. Now the question is, do we want to boost damage or attack delay? I think the attack delay is kind of it's already like at its peak once you have maxed the attack delay upgrade. Like it's really fast already, so increasing that won't do much. But the damage, of course, you can always like pretty much scale infinitely. Right, so I think I will just something like this. Damage. Man, damage is an integer. That should probably be like a double at this point, or soon enough. Damage equals damage times class boost instance get boost oh, we don't have the archer party class stored in here. I guess for now, I mean, I could do this, but that feels really, really nasty. I guess I'll do it for now. We want to multiply that by 1 plus this whole boost thingamajig divided by 100. That way we'll get it'll be a 1% increase. That's too low, I think. 20. That will be 5% increase in damage. It feels a bit high, actually. 2.5%. Then we're talking like, yeah, I think 2.5 is better. 2.5% damage boost per party orb. There we go. Right. So that's the archer done. There's only 3 classes left to do. Let me see here. Where is it? Archer stats. I guess we don't really need to touch the stats, maybe. Let's see here. Mage stats. Right, so the mage is I guess the role that I set out for the mage is kind of to just heal the rest of the party. Hopefully the mage will be able to like boost them in other ways later, but for now, yeah, it's basically healing. And I think crits is what the mage excels at. Like the crit upgrade is the cheapest for the mage. But of course, crits right now don't really do much unless you have tons of damage, because they just multiply the damage output. So I guess we'll boost the healing, I think, or maybe... Let's see here, heal. So this is what we actually... I think this is the heal that happens every few seconds. The other one, cast heal, is the skill, I think. Let's see, the heal spell, yeah. I think that's his case. Mage should have a... yeah, healing magic. Periodically heals members in front. Right. We don't see it because the knight is never taking damage here. But then he got self-regen. Alright, so healing magic. Yeah, we'll probably boost this by a significant amount. Because the feedback I've heard from players was that this is useless later on. Let's see here. Get the heal amount. Guess we'll do heal amount. I'll just take the same. It feels... it doesn't feel right to do it this way. The class boost instant get... I mean, I guess there's really no other way to do it. We could... I mean, we could have a reference to the class in here. What do we have? Controller. Yeah, I guess we could just do it here. Public, party class, party class. And that way we won't need to do this mess. We can just do party class instantly. Archer, knight, mage, and miner. There we go. Heal amount. So we want to multiply this by, of course, 1 plus something. Class boost. Get boost. Party class, right. Divided by something. I think here a 5% boost makes sense. Like it's not too high. So if we... Actually, I should just multiply this like that. Not sure why I divided it. Yeah, I think that's better. Another question is why... Oh, I think the parenthesis is unnecessary, right? But are they though? I guess, okay. I'll keep them. There we go. So we get a 5% healing boost for the mage for each party orb that you applied to him. Right. Onto the miner, I guess. The miner is going to be fairly easy too. We'll just multiply the gold by something. 1 plus Class boosts. Get boost. And then multiplied by what? %, maybe? Is that too high? I think 10% might be fine. Because I don't think the miner currently is that good in the end game. In the end game, you just want to maximize damage output. Right. So that's 3 out of the 4 classes right now. And then we have the dreaded knight. Deal damage, attack, yeah. We have the controller, and that has a reference to the actual character health. So this is what we actually want to change then. We have the thorns. Yeah, these are like the thorn property. That's only for the knight, but it is stored in the character health in the shared class. We have the region delay that we could. So that is. Sorry, my cat came in, started talking. Right. The knight. I really don't know the best way to do this. Or if we want to boost the health or the region, which one would be the best? We have armor. I mean, we could. No, I think the max health is probably the best. Oh wait, we could just do it like right. We're doing it in the hold on. Let me cook. Health dot set max health. We're calling that from with the return value that we get from the knight stats. No, here. Okay, this is bad. So let's add our own method. Public void set max health, and that probably takes what? Float, right? So then we tell the knight stats, we subscribe to the on max health change. We actually subscribe to our own method instead, like that. And then from here we call health set max health with the amount, and then on top of that we actually add whatever it is we want. So let's also then health set max health. So let's call our own method here. Because we're just overwriting. Yeah, we're not adding in this method. Yeah, we just overwrite it. And yeah, this is perfect. Ah, this is beautiful. So then in here we just add the hold on. We want to, I guess, multiply the amount. Amount times equals 1 plus class boosts instance get boost for our party class. Party class. And then what? It's a weird spam message. 1 plus the boost, and then how much do we want to actually boost? Is the question. We had what do we do? We did 2.5% damage with archer, 5% healing boost for the mage, 10% gold boost for the miner. I think 5% boost makes sense here too. Oh, not 5%, 0.05. Like that. There we go. I think that should do it because, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I think that should work. Let's see if we get any errors. None. Perfect. Let's try it out. Six to 8, right? So what happens now if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 to 8 still? But that's because we don't actually call like the on health changed. So if I upgrade it, oh, it's too expensive. Hold on, let me get some money. Here we go. If I add 1, then this should be more than 629 after. Oh, and something broke. The object type text has been destroyed. But you were trying to access it. What? What? Okay, this is... Yeah, it's never a good sign when you get error messages that dive into the Unity code itself. Character health here somewhere. Yeah, so it's this thing that's giving us errors. When we call it from here, when we call the set to max health, and we call the update health bar inside of it. Why does it think the text is destroyed? That is not the case at all. I guess I'll try buying it again. No? Can I buy any health up? Yeah, I can. Then why is it... I mean, I can buy it, but it doesn't update this thing. 755. Let me just check to make sure. 756. So it's not giving me the multiplier either, it seems. Or I guess... Oh yeah, it is. Because it says I have 560 max HP here. And I have much more than that, obviously. So the boost is working. But... there's some issue. Okay, stop giving me an error code in here, please. It's really weird. So the error stems from here. What did we have before then? Did help bar, help text, help text, help text. Mage controller here. Right, maybe. I mean, yeah. No, not mage controller. My bad. Knight controller. So I gotta. The unsubscribe thing is not correct right now. Obviously, that has to be. We gotta unsubscribe to our method. And now that we mention it, there's a lot of things that we don't unsubscribe to. Which is kind of weird. Not sure why that is. I'll just I think I'll just copy paste these. Because obviously all of them has to get we have to unsubscribe to all of them when this object gets destroyed. Go. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It's been some issues, but moving forward. Let's see here. 760, so now, yeah, okay, now I can actually purchase it again. It's no problem. And even if maybe if I try replacing them like this a little bit, just to make sure the subscriptions work fine. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, that is crazy damage. It's randomized. I can't really test that too well. Maybe the minor? How much? Currently 10 max. I can't test that either because I have too much money. Alright, well, since the knight works, I'm assuming the other ones work too. I'll have to test that a bit later. But this was the most difficult one. Right. So now we actually have the party or boost fully implemented. Of course, we still need some icons for the rebirth tree. There's nothing here, just white squares. But other than that, party orb's pretty much done. I think so. There's nothing. You get them, you can harvest them. Oh wait, can I? No. Oh, this one I have to do still. Obviously this should be red when you have 0 party orbs, when you can't spend any. I'll just do that then. Party orb class slot here. And let's start by getting rid of all those files, closing them. Right. So we have this clicked slot. I guess we want to check beforehand too. If we have at least one party orb, then we do all of this logic. Like we apply it and then we check if we have 0 after. Otherwise we should do nothing, I think. And then we just need 2 sprites. Can afford sprite and no afford sprite. And then basically we just want to display level here. And this is why it's so good to separate. Even though it was just one line, we can just do that logic here. I guess we need a reference to the background image too. Slot, I guess. If the party class is not equals null, yeah, I guess we'll do it in here. And then we set the sprite to one of 2 choices based on if we have at least one party orb or not. If we have at least one, then we do an afford sprite, otherwise we do no afford sprite. There we go, no compile errors. Slot fill green, okay. Would be that one. And then we want fill red. There we go. Think that should work now. So we have 1, they're all green, I spend it, and they're red. And they don't actually hide the panel once I click them. But it's 0. It's perfect. I think that might be it for the party orb, actually. I guess I could... I'm not sure how I would test this really. Oh, I could test... let's see here. I could try actually buying the knowledge and see if it's harvestable. No, then I just gotta set hours to already, like not override it, because that's what the knowledge actually does. Let's see how many we have. We've got 15k rebirth points. It costs 10k. I just realized though that since we're already saving it, the time since last claimed will be like, it'll be a couple of minutes ago, so I won't be able to claim it. I could just buy and see how it looks tomorrow, I guess. There we go. See if I have a new one to claim tomorrow. I guess the next step is the mini games, but that feels like a bit of a major task to get started on at this point in the stream. Sorry, my cat is going wild. I don't know what he's doing. So about the mini games. We're definitely doing a platformer minigame for the night. What the hell is that? Oh, this is a treasure map. Right. Yeah, so for the night, we're definitely doing a platformer minigame. For the archer, I'm really not sure. Like, some sort of archer minigame, I guess. do it. Yeah. I think there's already pretty good character controllers built in with the sprite assets that I'm using for this. I mean, yeah, I could of course start experimenting a little bit. Let's see. What games in? There we go. Add that to the build settings. No, not build. Not scene. There we go. Lunch entertainment. Perfect. A bit late for lunch though, isn't it? Let's see here. We have this little fella I could try. Let's see how the movement works. Why? I hate this part of Unity where they just create objects on another planet. Here we go. Let's see if this already has built. Oh, goodbye. What? What? Does he not have a hitbox? Hello? I guess not. Okay. Give me a hitbox then. Silly. No, what? Character controller derived component. Then why are you not colliding, dude? Character controls. No, character controller here. Include layers, everything maybe. Is that it? Nope. Goodbye. He does not have a rigid body. Could that be it? You need at least one rigid body for objects to collide, I think. Why are you not colliding, dude? Stop. What is this? Square. Box collider 2D. Yeah. And it's layer default. Layer default. Do I have some weird physics? No, default does collide with default. Yeah. Exclude layer, include layers. Remove dust. Default. Why is he falling through the ground? Stop, please. Box collider, rigid body. Kinematic, maybe. We'll try and see what happens. But kinematic to... Goodbye. Ay, ay, ay. What if I do dynamic body type? No, it still does nothing. Why? Alright, let me look at the demo scene. There should be a demo scene, I think. We have this. Yeah, here we have something. It's just no. Wait. It's not two-dimensional box colliders. So it needs to be a normal box collider, not a 2D one. Alright, that's weird. Oh, right, this character, this is for demoing animations. So you just die when you press D. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, these controls they're fine. They feel pretty good. I think we could just do this out of the box. Now the question is, can I do this with my knight immediately? Sprite collection. Should be possible with the sprite collection. It shouldn't be sprite collection, right? We should have a here, sprite library asset. I should have one of these for the knight already. Yeah, there we go. So we do it for like the maxed out knight. See how that works. Perfect. And then we could just dynamically change this based on how upgraded your knight is, I guess. That's awesome. I think we can just do some attack animation maybe. Oh, we have the damage. Block, I guess. Oh, there we have attack. Really good. Oh, there's some climbing animation. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I think we can definitely work with this. So what we'll need to do is we want to do some sort of level generation, I guess. Level generation, obviously some goals, maybe some enemies. Could be fun, that you actually have to slice and slash. And then some reward system, and obviously connect it to the main game in some way. But yeah, I think I'll start with the this part in the next stream. That feels like a good starting point. I think we'll do a final check with the actual party orbs to make sure everything works as it's supposed to. Party orbs, you can click it. Right. We have 14 health, and I haven't upgraded, which is that's good since we have 8 boosts of 5% each. Great. I guess we could eventually add the ability to boost the cursor as well. Because the cursor kind of is a 5th class that you just upgrade the damage and the healing that you do. So I guess we could add that in the future, but currently there's no cursor skill, so it's kind of a half class, I guess, in the game. But yeah, I think that's about it for the party orb. Here's the icon. This is the last thing we should do, because it's obviously not going to be an apple. That's just a placeholder. So yeah, maybe the icon would be good to make. It's called a party orb. So obviously we need to have it be some sort of orb shape. Maybe I want it a bit stretched like this. Not sure what looks best. Yeah, I think a little bit stretched looks better. Like that. Or maybe not. I'll do it completely symmetrical to start, like that. And then it's a question of the actual color of it. I'm pulling up some reference art here to check. So a lot of people either have like their edges are very bright or very dark. I think, yeah, I'll try with this, just a white outline for now. I kind of want to do some sort of gradient for it, if that makes sense. If we could do like a how does this look? That looks really cool, I think. So like, if we had a gradient like this, let me. Come on, there we go. Something like that, I think could work. And then obviously we don't want the white outline anymore. But yeah, I think I'm kind of happy with that already. Oh. Then we wanna get rid of that symmetry. What if I do something like this? Then we'll do... Oh, stop. And then we want to find some sort of in-between color here. Yeah, I mean, that's a good starting point. Then we're going to want some bright spots on top of this. I think a bit of a yellowish tint. No, that looks a bit weird. Oh, no, it's a symmetry again. That looks a bit weird. It's too symmetrical. Oh. Why is this what? That's really weird. Why is it turning pink? Oh, it's because I was drawing. I wasn't erasing. That's why. do something like this. It feels too much almost. How do we replace it? We'll remove it and do. Oh, and I drew on the wrong layer. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, something like this. Just the highlight might be a bit too large, actually. Yeah, I really wish I was better at this pixel art stuff. It's so difficult to get it right. Oh, what did I do now? Why is that cursor so large? I don't even know what it is I'm using. And then maybe we add something like this. Let's see how this turns out. It's too... like, it's too sharp. These little highlights. I feel like I want it... like if I do a little weaker outline around it. Still way too sharp. We add these little dots. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. If we do this. No, and now it's... this is what I... this is my biggest gripe with the A-Sprite. No, like not... oh, I gotta do that. Yeah, like when you pick on a certain layer, it gives you the total color. So this one is obviously like a transparent white. So when I pick it like this, it gives me the white. But when I have all layers and I pick it, I get the sum of all the layers, which feels weird. It's not the way I want it. So I was going to pick this one, right? And do something like that. I'm trying to look at it through this small window, because obviously it's gonna be a smaller icon for the player. I think like this is too it's too sharp. Like I gotta make it a bit more transparent. That was too much, I think, instead. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the opacity apparently... alright, it erases with that opacity. Okay, one... does that look? I think one more. Yeah, I think that's better, definitely. Now that I think about it, these little spots, we might want them to be darker instead of brighter, to make it look more like mystical. Let's see how that turns out. No, that's no good. Yeah, I think this is how I'll leave it for now. I guess let's try saving it to make sure it actually looks good in game. Icons. Save it on the UI, I guess. Party orb. That is not the right extension. What did I do? .pnmg. There we go. Now let's see how that looks. Like, it's super... The currency display is really small. It might be difficult to see even. Oh, that looks... I think that looks pretty good. And it didn't up... It just updated the prefab. That's... There we go. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. I like it a lot. That's really nice. Yeah. I think I'll keep that for now. Pretty happy with it. And then for the final little touch, of course, we want to update it here as well. There we go. Awesome. So that's the party orb fully implemented in the game. I think that I'll leave the stream at that. I'll hopefully have the time to stream again tomorrow. If not, then I'll be back on Friday, and then we'll start doing that, implementing the actual minigames that you get for each class when you apply the party orbs. And then we'll get started on the platforming minigame, which is gonna be exciting. It's been I think several years since I did platformer stuff in Unity, so that's gonna be fun to revisit. But yeah, like I said, I think I'll leave the stream here, and yeah, I'll hopefully see some of y'all tomorrow or on Friday, depending on when the next stream will be. All right, so thanks for watching. Bye.